Hey, what is up guys? Yaniv here and welcome back to another video. I've made a video like this in the past, probably like 5 months ago when I was first starting off. But today I decided, it was a very good video and I want to share it with you guys, for all the new subscribers that have joined us and, for all of you guys who haven't seen it because it only has about 100 views and it's about selling seasonal products. So I'm going to actually, remake that video, but also put a twist on it. Using Viral Launch. As you guys know, I just got Viral Launch. So I'm going to be using their new seasonal product feature to find seasonal products to sell to actually differentiate you from the competition. So what I would recommend to a lot of you guys is to sell seasonal products because, there are people selling them already. So when you look at doing product research and you see like, oh wow, this like unicorn like pumped up unicorn floaties making like $150,000 a month in the month of August, right? That could be you. Like, not necessarily saying that you would make that money, but it's like there are people that are making that money every year, every August. They have set up their listing and they just make money every August. Every time it could become seasonal, they make money. So it's like, why not have products set up for yourself throughout the year that will bring you income every seasonal time, right? It might be a little bit difficult to plan out how many units to order and stuff, but the reality of it is, like, I had a friend who sold a seasonal product for this Christmas, and he sold I'm not going to say what it is, obviously out of respect, but he sold a product that was seasonal for Christmas, and he had sold $22,000 in like a week and a half, 2 weeks. And the problem with him was that he didn't order enough units. So by the time his product came in, the seasonal time was over. But for next year, he knows exactly how much he needs to order and exactly when to launch the product to have optimal success with it. So pretty much from now on, every single December, he has a product that he's going to sell that's going to make him a ton of money every December. So like, why not have products like that every single seasonal time that you need to order them and sell them like that. So let's get right into it. First off, I want to tell you guys about this website. It's just the major holidays. If you guys don't know, if you guys aren't from the US, come on like a website like this and you can see every single major holiday in the US. Basically, this is how you can find out about a lot of the seasonal times for maybe a country that you don't know about. For those of you who are from the US, obviously you guys know all of this. There are also times like, for example, September, which is back to school, October, which is, obviously everyone knows Halloween. Pretty much every single month has its seasonal time. Like December, obviously everyone knows, Christmas and stuff, and January, the fitness kick. So pretty much every single month has their seasonal times. What I'm trying to say is that for those of you who have been messaging me and saying that, is Amazon still viable? Is it still possible to make money on Amazon? Yes. Okay. Yes, of course it is, but it is getting more difficult. I'm going to tell it to you straight up. There are a lot more people selling, but you have to understand that there are a lot more people also coming to the market. It's like, more and more people every year start using Amazon. So it's very proportional, right? The amount of people that people start using it to the amount of more sellers to feed that demand. You do need to get creative, and one thing that you can get creative with is selling seasonal products. So I wouldn't recommend this for your first product, but if you guys are, a little bit more experienced, this is a great way to make more money. So a good way, I used to use Jungle Scout to find seasonal products, and I'm still not super convinced yet if I want to stick to Viral Launch or Jungle Scout. But if you guys are looking for product research tools, I have links in the description to both Jungle Scout and Viral Launch if you guys want to support the channel. But today I'm going to be using Viral Launch, and I'm going to be using their new feature, this like advanced feature for best sales period and sales pattern. So pretty much best sales period, you just put in when the best sales, right? And sales pattern, you can go from like up and coming, typical, seasonal, declining. So I want to have a product that is seasonal in September. So best sales period would be September, and it's a seasonal product. So that would mean that it's a seasonal product for September. So I'm gonna go over a few things with you guys and actually do some product research with you right now. So pretty much these are all my categories. These are my monthly sales, or rather my criteria that I picked. You guys can copy them, you guys can do your own. But I'm gonna show products, and we're gonna go over some products with you live here. I've never actually used this feature, So we'll actually see how good it is. So it'll be a little bit of a review also, but it seems like a very interesting way that, a lot of people aren't using right now to find products. So let's just get looking. And for September, right, we're gonna go through a few, but for September, we're looking for stuff like back to school, right? Like, or you have to, if you do see something that you don't necessarily understand why it's seasonal, you have to think about why it would be seasonal. So, here I'm not seeing much. What we're doing here is we're looking at stuff that can be sold, or rather made from China. So, okay, so this kids travel tray. This is something I've seen before. It's for like a car. So, this is actually pretty interesting, and the fact that it's for September actually does make a lot of sense. Looking at it quickly, I think we're not gonna do too much back. Actually, you know what? Let's do some back research. Let's do some research, some proper research today. Okay. Usually don't show much of the research, but let's actually do some here. So, first things first, let's check how much money it's actually making, right? To just double check and confirm the amount of money. All right, so it's saying it's making $8,000 per month. That is perfectly fine right now because we are now in, what is it? In June. I was about to say May. We're in June. If you want to prep something seasonally, you need to make sure you have a good enough time there. Right now in June, it's a little bit late to start selling seasonal products for the summer, even though the summer is an amazing time to sell. Winter's also really great. So, but let's look into stuff for September right now. For September, it gives us enough time to talk to manufacturers to, get everything ready and to actually have it in stock and have reviews placed on it before September comes. So it's it's a little bit early for September, but it's better early than late, right? 34 reviews, not something we can't compete with. We can definitely compete with that. Also, you want to look at the Keepa graph. If you guys don't know, this is Keepa. I have a Chrome extension Keepa right here. What it does is it just puts in this little graph here, and the way to read it is just the blue line is the price of the product, and the green is the sales rank over time. So this is the past 3 months that we have checked here. We probably should do all time. So as you can see, let's just confirm that September is the best selling. So September, the sales rank is the lowest, which means it's selling the most. In October, it goes up a little bit. See, so there's only been one real, only one September. It launched in August, so it hasn't even been a full year yet. But as you can see, it's a pretty good product year round, actually. So it's not a terribly seasonal product, but September was the most seasonal. But I think September was the most seasonal because it was the lowest priced. So that's why. But also, this is a pretty good product looking into it right now. It's selling for $20. So that's kind of how you read the Keepa graph. Along with that, let's just check what category it's selling in. So it's in baby. Okay, so that's not bad. But for 300, what else I'm noticing is for 332 days in stock, to have 34 reviews is terrible. But so you guys can definitely compete with that for sure. So let's just quickly make sure if this is actually a good product or not. We'll go on Alibaba and we'll actually check out the product. So what you want to do is you want to go and you want to search up the main words. So kids travel tray. Okay, so let's try that. Kids travel tray. So once you come in here, you want to find what the product was. So it's very similar to this. And when you get in here, obviously first you want to do trade assurance and gold supplier. I almost forgot about that. Never ever forget about that. This is the reason. This is rather how you can make sure that you're not getting scammed from China. So we're gonna check out. Okay, so $5 to $7. This is not necessarily the same thing because what we're looking for again is has little pockets on the sides. It doesn't even have a top actually. Just little pockets on the sides is what we're looking for. So this is very similar. Very similar things can be found here. See, very similar thing. So what I'm noticing is that this is actually not a cheap product. It will probably cost us, let's say between the two. So let's say it's usually on the higher end of what they say. So let's say about $5 to $5.50 per unit. So $5.50 per unit. Let's look at the Amazon calculator. So this is the FBA calculator. What it does is pretty much just pulls up the FBA fees and shows you how much the margin is. So for this product, the product price is $19.99. This is all the dimensions for it when it first started selling, and then the monthly storage is 17 cents. Pick and pack is $4.71. The referral fee is $3. So pretty much the total FBA fees is $7.88, and the margin impact is $12. So if the margin impact is $12, that means your margin is $12 profit. but that's not included in the product cost. So the product cost is, let's say, $5.50. This is very, very quick math, right? $5.50 shipping cost, let's say, is for a product like this, it wouldn't be too cheap per unit, maybe $1.50 per unit. So it leaves you with, actually probably would be more. So let's just say on the conservative side, let's say $2. So you have about $5 profit per unit. That's not an amazing profit margin, especially considering the fact that they're not selling too many. So if they have $5 profit margin times how many monthly sales do they make? So the monthly sales is, oh, I'm blind. It's right here, 392. So if we do 392 times $5 conservative, right? You're going to be making about $2,000 a month off of this product. Now, that's not terrible, but remember, this doesn't include your PPC costs, and doesn't include your giveaway costs, and doesn't include your, any other expenses that may arise that you don't know about. So it's kind of cutting it a little close, especially considering the fact that your initial investment would be, let's say, 500 units, right? 500 units times, okay, maybe 500 is a little too many for this product, but let's say 350 units times what we say was, let's say, like 550. So your first initial cost would be 1,925, and that's not including the actual shipping. So it was actually let's say 650. No, we said 750. 750 times 350. So your initial cost would be $2,625, and your maybe at best your profits would be about $5 per unit. So that would be about $2,000 a month. So the ROI isn't super great on that, considering the fact that you haven't considered PPC, right? So this product might not be the best, but you know what? Like, for people who are not like looking for a huge amount of money, but are looking for something, just to make them a few $1,000s a month, this is potentially a very good product. Let's just quickly look at the niche again. So kids travel tray. Let's just make sure this isn't like some outlier in this whole niche. So as you can see, the whole niche isn't selling, doesn't have too many reviews. Just one person here who has a lot of reviews. He's obviously the best seller. But yeah, it's actually not super, the reviews aren't super crazy, so you can definitely come in here and sell stuff. But for some reason, the reviews are very low. I'm not quite sure why, but that just means that, you can come in here and sell. So let's open up the viral launch for the whole page and see what we're looking at here, like as a whole. All right, so as we can see here, all in baby, the prices are decent. So pretty much the one that we saw was actually priced fairly low. So that's good news, because that means that if you come in there with that price and then slowly raise it to maybe $22, $23, you can definitely make more profit. So it could be like $6, $7, $8 profit per unit, which would be much nicer, right? And means that you would be making obviously more money. Like, the review quantities are low. Like I said, the sales are actually about what I said they were on average. Obviously, this one is an outlier. Apparently, this one is an outlier, and this one is an outlier. This one is because the reviews are high. This one is because there's no reviews, and this one because it's making a lot of money. So, but this one right here, for example, right, the smart travel tray, this one looks pretty good. 18,000, 41, 4.6 reviews. Obviously, the reviews matter a lot. So this is actually not a terrible product for somebody who's looking to make a couple $1,000s a month and has some money to invest in it. So pretty good product to sell overall. Now, and it does make sense that the whole seasonal thing that I was talking about, because back to school, kids are going back to school, you want to have something where they can just sit and relax and, be calm in the car while you drive them to school or whatever. So, or to daycare or whatever it is. So that's, where this whole thing comes from. So it does make sense for it to be back to school. Now, I want to look at another thing, right? Let's look quickly at maybe seasonal time that's a little bit more popular. So let's go to October and let's show products with everything the same. We just switched out the best sales period. So I'm sure that not a lot of this will make sense, because like we saw in the last one, like for example, right, let me just go back here and show you guys right here, right, when we were looking at, right, what I'm noticing is a problem with this seasonal thing is that the Keepa graph showed us, right, that it was the best sales period in September, but that's only because it had the lowest price in September. So as we can see here, right, in September it was the lowest price. It was at $10.99. So obviously it's going to sell the most in September, right? It doesn't really have to do with seasonality there, but it does have to do in sense potentially partially why it was selling so much there is because it was back to school, right? So it does make a little sense, but not the most amount of sense, if you know what I mean. So let's keep looking here. Halloween, see, so this is a Halloween burlap banner. So you can see that if right now this product is making 7.2 thousand, okay, which I'm not fairly sure it is, because that's a crazy amount to be making right now. It's not even close to Halloween. That means that in Halloween it was probably selling a dumb amount, like crazy amount of money. So yeah, I'm not seeing too much Halloween stuff here. Let's see, currently unavailable. Okay, so that's definitely not making that much money right now. Yeah, so as you can see, this has been selling for 1,000 days. Okay, so this is not a great product to sell, but potentially on Halloween, it's a good product to actually get going. Now, as you can see, this isn't the best way of finding a seasonal product, because I mean, you can do it for sure. You can do it. I haven't used it before, so this is as a first impression. This wasn't the most effective way of finding a seasonal product. The way I used to do it was just going and thinking about products that sell during the the certain time, right? And looking for related products in the niche. So for example, if we went into, right, and you can't really do this with viral launch, which is something that sucks, and that's not great. But for example, right, let's say what sells super well during, let's say in January. Let's say in January, stuff that sells super well is like the fitness kick stuff. So let's say fitness, or I don't know what would sell well, but let's just find something that would. So for example, right, let's say this waist trainer belt, okay? So using Jungle Scout, right, what I used to do to find similar or similar seasonal stuff, right, you open up the Jungle Scout Chrome extension, and what it does is it actually will show you guys not only how much it's making right now, so like this product, which is making an insane amount of money, like $102,000 a month is absolutely crazy. But what it will also do is it will also pull up like similar related products. So stuff around here, let's see, these are all similar products. So they're all like waist trainer belts, right? Waist trainer belts. But you'll also get stuff that's not necessarily the same. So full body shaper, sports sweat, neoprene, waist trainer, bodysuit, right? So it's a bodysuit. So that's different than what we had originally, right? We had a waist, belt. So, and then here there's another like resistance loops and stuff. Another, hourglass figure, butt lifter shape, whatever, right? So these are all have to do with like workouts and like, the fitness kick. Whereas if you're using Viral Launch, right? If I open up Viral Launch, you can see that it only pulls up the product from this page. It doesn't show you any more related products, which is a problem, because right now what it's showing you all the different variations for this product, which is like the waist trainer, it has a bunch of different variations, which are all right here. So that's what it's pulling up, but it doesn't pull up all of these related products down here. So customers will also view this item, or customers will also shop. Like these are all the products that's pulling up. So see, this is the full bodysuit that we just pulled up. Because it's here, Jungle Scout actually does pull it up. So it's a really nice way to find seasonal products that way, is to use the Jungle Scout Chrome extension rather than the Viral Launch. I just noticed that. And you know what? I'm going to make a comparison video on Viral Launch versus Jungle Scout. Let me know in the comments down below if you guys want to see that. It's obviously going to, take me some more time to learn Viral Launch, because like you guys know, I am a Jungle Scout guy and I have been using it for a long time. So this is how I used to do the actual product research for seasonal products. You can do like this, and you find this bodysuit and you're like, okay, this bodysuit might be good, but then you open up the Jungle Scout and maybe you find more seasonal products to do with fitness, right? So just an example I'll show you guys so you guys understand better. If you guys are interested in doing seasonal products, you can open up the Jungle Scout and you can look here, right? So this is another waist trainer corset. So a similar product, not the same, right? It's a corset. What else is here? So another, more of those very similar stuff. You just keep looking through it. And another thing I like is that it pulls up the pictures. You can actually see what it is. So these are all, so this is a sauna suit, right? A sweatsuit rather than, I mean, maybe this is also a sweatsuit, I'm not sure. But, you know, that's that. Then there's for men. So let's open up something like this, right? So maybe a men's one, right? Then you would open up Jungle Scout again on this page and see if there's anything related to this sweatsuit, right? Which I'm sure there is. Once we open up the Jungle Scout, you can see all the different stuff that it's related to. So again, it's another sweatsuit. A lot of sweatsuits I'm seeing right now. Okay, so a body slimming shaper vest, shirt abs for whatever, abdomen slim, whatever, right? So that's completely different. That's not a sauna sweat, you know, thing. That's like a slimming suit. So it's like for people who want to like look more slim, right? So then there's the sauna pants, and you know, like there's a lot of stuff that you can go into. So for example, right, these look a lot of the same things, but let's go into the slimming belt, right? So you'd go into the slimming belt, you'd be like, okay, maybe this is a good product to sell seasonally, right? So you open up the Jungle Scout, and then we look again if there's anything related to that, right? Maybe there's something related to this that's good. So there's so another body shaper. So this is another slimming thing that is selling for $8, but it's, you know, selling 6,600 units a month. It's making a crazy amount of money. So more slimming belts, or rather slimming shirts, and you just keep looking through like this, right? It's not the most you know, fascinating thing, but you can find really awesome stuff like this. So let's just open up, for example, let's open up this one now, right? Then you go back into the Jungle Scout and just rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat. And you get deeper and deeper into niches and products that you don't expect and you don't know, but they all have to do with the fitness kick. So the same thing you could do for any holiday, right? So you find like an October product, like maybe like some pumpkin carving kit, right? So let's go into quickly. Let's go just show you guys an example. Pumpkin carving kit, right? If I can spell it right. So not necessarily do you have to sell pumpkin carving kits, because they probably don't sell, or rather they may be really competitive, right? But if you open up, let's open up one of them. Let's open up the one that's making the most money, right? So we open up the one that's making the most money, and then we can, you know, go further into that one. Okay, so obviously they're not going to be making any money right now. So let's go into this one, number 1 organic position, and let's see how much money this one is making. Let's open up the Jungle Scout, right? So that's the thing you do. You open up the Jungle Scout and you look at the related products, you know, relating to this one. So we're not necessarily looking at the ones that are making money now, because I'm sure none of them are really making money now, but I can tell you that all of this stuff will be making money come you know, October, right? So just keep looking for stuff, pencils, stencil book, whatever. So what is this? This is all pumpkin carving kits. So it's not really showing me too much other than carving kits. But let's open up this one and let's do one more search. But this is pretty much what I'm trying to say, right? Sometimes you won't get all the way through. Like, let's say like a niche will be a dead end. Like in this case, like this carving tool is not showing me, you know, much related stuff. But let's check this out one more time. Yes, okay, I see books and stuff and stencils, which are, you know, a little bit different also, which you can go into. There's different piece carving sets, but yeah, this is mostly carving sets. So it's kind of a dead end here, but these are stencils you can look into, and there's just a lot of stuff, right? So then you just, you know, think of stuff off the top of your head, and you just go down the rabbit hole, as I like to call it, and find products that way. I'm sure, again, guys, you can do this with Viral Launch also. What I'm just noticing is just it's a little bit hard to actually be able to find seasonal products like this, because just because they sell super well in 1 month doesn't make them a seasonal product, right? So that's what I saw, but definitely you can find seasonal products like this. I haven't personally, because I don't use Viral Launch very often. This is my first time, like my first couple of times using it, but you can find it, and it's a very interesting feature to use. The truth about it is that, you know, the whole point of this video is that seasonal products are a good thing to sell, and they sell a lot more during their seasonal times. It's definitely a very good thing to look into. I, again, wouldn't recommend it for people who aren't, or who rather are new sellers. But, you know, guys, do your own thing. I'm sure you guys will figure it out eventually. I'm here to help. So, you know, you can message me on Facebook and stuff like that. Remember to join our Facebook group. I'm in there pretty often to help people out, and, you know, we all talk like that. So pretty much, guys, that's all I have for you today. I hope you guys did enjoy this a little bit longer video. If you guys did, leave a comment down below. Let me know, what the optimal time of video is that you guys like to watch. If this is way too long, I'd like to know that for the future. So, anyways, guys, that's it for today. Remember to like the video and subscribe to the channel. Lots of great stuff coming in the future, and I'll see you guys next time.